cause I'm doing me. Still shine with no jewelry. I would rather have the unity. It's gonna be you if it's you and me. No tears in my mama eyes. Got a team full of ride or dies. Hail Mary, nigga, rockabye. Rockabye, all eyes on me. Made it out the hood, I'm so grateful. Never know what talent gon' take it. Jealous niggas never made a breakthrough. That's why they watch it so hateful. All eyes on me. They say the top is so lonely.
I probably should have spoke up more and really communicated, you know, how I was feeling about things or what I wanted. And I didn't do that. I definitely didn't do that. And then when I had the opportunity to do that in certain circumstances, I went too far.
What does that mean? Hands and feet type of thing?
No, it's nothing physical. It's just when you know you have, or when I understood in certain situations where I had the upper hand, or I was in a position of power, so to speak, I took advantage of that.
You abused it?
Definitely. Definitely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that was, for me, that was coming from, because even in Little Brother, I'm the little brother. Like, I was the youngest. And I was the least experienced as well. So I had a lot of catching up to do. So when I got to wield the power stick, pause.
Yes. You learn fast.
Yeah. So when I got that opportunity, I took full advantage of it. And, you know, I wouldn't do that today. You know what I mean? I'm more tactful, more, you know, mature, you know,
You
more.
said something sooner instead of letting it build up.
It wouldn't have never got to that point. Okay. It would never get to that point today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That it would get to back then.
Yeah, I think, you know, with piggybacking on what Pooh was saying, I think it was, for me, it was just not having conversations. It was very much just doing, just thinking, focusing solely on the product, but not really focusing on the people. You know what I mean? And in any group dynamic, or in any business or any organization, you're only as good as your people. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I very much had tunnel vision, and all I focused on was the product. I was just like, yo, we gotta be nice. Like, we coming out of the South. Like, niggas think this, they think we don't know. Like, fuck that. We gonna wrap all these niggas on the table. We don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? It was just that. So I was just focusing on the product, but I didn't really take time to really get to know Pooh as a person. Right. You know what I mean? And understanding, like, okay, well, he's really shy. Like, he's a person that, you know, he's...
You only come alive when the mic come on.
Yeah, like, for real.
When the lights come on.
Yeah, like, he'll just be here, and then he come on, and he just turns it on. And I think that was definitely a mistake on my part. Just not looking back now, just not taking the time to really get to know the people that I was doing business with. The people, not their talent, but just the people.
So everything was like poor communication.
Absolutely. Shit. Now, I mean, it was poor communication would be
No
great.
communication.
None. Like, you know, it was none at all. You know what I mean?
So just sticking your head in the sand, ignoring the issue, and moving forward.
100%. Just focusing, just like, you know what? Fuck all that. I know we just had this fight before a show, but fuck it. Let's just do this joint. Because I know we can do this. I know we can get this right.
Right.
The personal stuff, okay, I don't know how to navigate that, but I know how to make a record. We'll be fine.
Niggas professional enough to get the work done.
Yeah, and it's like, after a while, you can do that, but so many times, it's just like, look, dude.
Before you're putting a bullet wound, putting a
Band-Aid over 100%. And that was
did y'all know Knife was a beast?
Man, I think for me, when I saw it, it was, he had came to my room, wasn't my crib. This was my dorm room. He came to my dorm room, and he had played some beats. And this was, previously, he would just come through, and he would always have, like, new releases. So I remember when, like, Common Like Water for Chocolate album, the bootleg dropped.
Dope album.
And he had that. That's still my favorite Common album. But he came through with that, and he had, like, Black Star early. So he would just come through my room with just new music. And so one day he came through, he's like, yo, man, I want to play you something. And it was some of his beats. I didn't know they were his beats. I thought it was a new okay, is this new Black Star? Is this new high tech? But what is this? He was like, this me. I was like, nigga, what? And you know, so my thing was always in hearing him, and you know, when we would talk in the early days of LB, my thing was always like, listen, man, I'm not trying to be the best in North Carolina. We're not competing against local artists. We're, you know, I remember we had copies like Slum Village and, you know, Light Water for Chocolate in the studio. I'm like, bro, we're competing against this. Like, this is the bar. Because the people who are going to the store, we're essentially asking them to make a choice with their dollars. You know what I'm saying? And I always remember, like reading old books about Motown and stuff, and how Berry Gordy would have focus groups, and he would play a record, and he would ask them, yo, if you had a choice between buying a loaf of bread or buying this record, what would you buy? And if motherfuckers was like, I'm gonna buy a loaf of bread, then the record didn't come out. And, you know, now, I mean, you know, people look at that as a hard, you know, wait, but it was really him just understanding that the audience, listen, they dealing with real life shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they're really having to make these choices of, okay, I really like this Supreme single, but nigga, I like dinner too. So, you know what I mean? If this Supreme joint ain't ringing off, then, you know what I mean? And so that was kind of the thing. And so when I saw with the music we were making and with the beats Knife was making, your original question, I just thought that it was on par with anybody else that was making records at that time. You know what I mean? I'm like, nah, we not competing with just the local. We banging against the big boys because we have that capacity.
How did y'all feel about like when he got the call to go work with Hov?
I was happy for him.
Yeah.
Like, it's Jay-Z, my nigga. Like,
So I'm asking that question. Of course, I would expect y'all to be happy for him because he basically come from y'all tree. Right?
Yeah.
But y'all had the original, you know, source of Ninth Wonder's music and production.
This is the thing. I think the best way I can put it, I think a lot of people want to believe that our issues or whatever with him stemmed from something music or business.
No, I know what it stemmed from. I'm just not
No.
Let it get it out.
But for us, it was just once you come to understand who people are, so whether that's me and him or me and you or whoever, then you say, okay, I either decide I want to continue working or being friends with this person or I don't. And that has nothing to do. We made great music together. Shit.
Absolutely.
Please go play it. The Listening, the Mystery Show. Go play that shit. You know what I'm saying? Make great music. Yeah. But as we were moving forward, we just understood like, okay, we not the same. And it's nothing you can do about that. It's like you are who you are. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. And that's mostly what it came down to. Like, it wasn't a nigga make great beats. So it wasn't nigga beats trash. I'd never say that.
Right.
I'd be a fool to say that. But as person to person, it just wasn't working. And so
I respect that.
Yeah, and at that time, but nah, I mean, that when we heard he got placed, I was like, holy shit. You know, it was just like, man, you know, it was amazing. Yeah. You know,
I still remember going to this when we was on the tour, came to New York, and we got got to go to Baseline, and we sitting in there. Jay had that shit on 100, and he's sitting in the back of the room looking at us, and I'm looking at him like, legit. You know what I'm saying? So that was
a great moment.
Great moment. Great moment.
We always want to see unity. We hate it when no one wins when the family feuds. We're real big on that. Even if the best thing we can do for each other is get along without malice.
100%.
Like, that's acceptable for me. As long as we not beefing. We ain't got to be like bosom buddies, but as long as we not beefing. I don't want to be fighting with nobody.
Nah, man. I mean, again, I mean, you know, we speak about it in the documentary, but, you know,
All right, definitely go watch the documentary.
Yeah,
I watched it. Y'all gotta watch it.
The answers are in the documentary.
Yeah, man. Nah, I mean, listen, man, at the end of the day, man, you know, I just look at it like, this was, in particular, like with Knife, it's like, man, this was a guy I met over a Source magazine, and 3 years later, we was in a Source magazine.
Right.
That's crazy.
Y'all had a...
That's
yeah,
great.
definitely. No, but we gotta clap it up for this. They got 4 mics too.
Yeah, that was our first one. Yeah, you know what I mean? Thank you.
Yeah, they got 4 pauses.
Yeah, so no, man, it's never. It's never no beef. It's never any of that. It's always just a love and appreciation for just being, survivors, and for just being able to sit here 20 years later and tell our story, and to still have an audience that is receptive and like get it. That's the beauty in it, man.
Okay. Okay. So, 20 years later, who is little brother now?
Bust down rolling for the hell of it. It's my time to shine, spotlights is my element. Fuck a plain Jane, don't insult my intelligence. I don't plan on selling it, so I don't see the relevance. You niggas having pawn shop nightmares. I'm light years ahead of niggas, even on a light year. Don Perignon stain the laces of my night ears. Born poor, but I'ma die rich, nigga, life's fair.